So after making Jonathan wait in a long waiting list last time, I decided to do both his requests in one day. Yay! So yeah, so the other video he asked me to do, the other one, the first. Sorry, tongue tied. The first video was the Bioshock Has Been Hotel crossover, but this one is a little interesting. A little also interesting because it's kind of set in the same continuity as the Old Man continuity I've been doing with all the cartoon characters, starting with Old Man Randy, and this is Old Man Wander. But here's the thing. Wander's really old to begin with. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people forget, like, in the later seasons, it's revealed in a time travel episode that Wander, even though that's not his real name, it's kind of funny because Wander doesn't, that Wander's not even his real name. He's very old. He's very old. Like, he's been around since, like, for a couple thousand years in the past. Like very old. So Wander is kind of making that kind of case for immortal. So it's not really so much an Old Man Wander story, even though that's kind of the title. It's more or less a story of what do you do when you're the last optimist, the last hopeful person in a galaxy with no hope? Like, what do you do when you're the last optimist in a just dystopian galaxy? So I thought that'd be kind of a fun idea to do with Wander. So let's get right into it with this story. So this story is set during the end of after the 50-year period of the hero Holocaust that happened on Earth. But this adds a little more to the story. Basically, what happened during that time when all the villains were teaming up and slaughtering heroes in that Holocaust, the same was going on because it was kind of a two-pronged attack, where all the villains in space got together and they hunted down every hero in the galaxy. Like, they hunted down every single hero they could find in the galaxy and slaughtered them. Like, I'm talking like Space Ghost, the Herculoids, the Galaxy Trio, members of the local heroes from Kid Cosmic. Ben 10 was killed. The plumbers were exterminated. They got Order 66. The Space Knights were wiped out. The Lost Galaxy and In Space Rangers, dead. The Eltarans planet was glass. Zordon's homeworld of Eltar was glassed. The Gem homeworld was scorched. Like, they just wiped all the villains that got together were like, yeah, we're going to totally just exterminate. And if you're not on our side, or you want to play hardball, okay, we'll kill you too. And the one that was leading this charge of kill all the heroes in space was Lord Zed. Zed, essentially, he wasn't like in charge of it, but he was kind of like and it wasn't like follow me or die. It was more like, I'll take over the operation. Like, he was the one who was kind of coordinating. He was the one overseeing the galactic villains teaming up. But after that, it was fair game, because for the last 50 years, what's been going on in space in this timeline is that all the villains, after wiping out any heroes and glassing all of the planets in the universe, or like glassing all the planets that wouldn't fall in line, they've just been battling each other. Like, they've just been killing each other, and everyone's just been having a no-holds-bar fight and owning territories in the galaxy and just warring it out constantly. If your planet is not under the tyrannical rule of one galactic warlord, it's under control of another, or it's going to get nuked by another one. So, fun times. Sorry about that. But yeah, so among all of this in the past 50 years, there's been one person traveling the galaxy that everyone wants dead. Like, everyone, when they hear about him, they're like, kill that guy. And that person is Wander, who's been wandering around the galaxy, just kind of like spreading love and, giving hope. Like, he's not like saving anyone, it's more like he's just kind of like, hey, here's some food for you. Here's some food for you children. I know your parents got killed, but here, have some food and some blankets. Here you go. And then he just smiles and waves and goes. Yeah, Wander survived the hero extinction. Like, he pretty much survived the entire galactic hero extinction. And if anyone did survive, they were hunted down. Like, they were just exterminated. Wander, just by sheer dumb luck, survived that the galactic holocaust, and has now just been wandering around the galaxy, doing the best he can. Like, he's just doing the best he can. And here's the thing: unlike the other heroes who have been like in the Old Man series, have been like either depressed or dealing with regret, or they're just kind of screwed. Wander's been very optimistic. He's still he smiles and all that, but he's not, and he's still trying to make friends with people. But it's more just like, I'm doing this because this is the only thing I know. And like, people, like, he runs into like refugees and whatnot who are like, why are you so optimistic? Like, do you know what's going on there? Are you stupid? Are you dense? Like, do you know what's going on out there? People are getting slaughtered by the thousands on a daily basis. They're getting slaughtered in the billions on a daily basis, and you're just here giving food. And he's like, yeah, as long as there's like some light in the universe, that can help. As long as there's just some kindness in the universe, yeah, that's all that we can do sometimes, is just have a little confidence and a little kindness and hope. So Wander has just been doing this, and you're probably wondering what happened to Sylvia. Sylvia didn't make it. Sylvia died protecting Wander from the from the villains, and it wasn't just her that got killed. Hader and the Watchdogs were also killed in that whole night, because they didn't fall in line. In fact, Hader was kind of like, this is a little like, Hader kind of voiced his opinion of, oh, I think this is a little much. Like, when he saw what was happening to the other, when he saw entire planets and civilizations just get glassed, he was like, oof, this is a little much. And they all were like, oh, you don't want to fall in line? Kill him. So all the villains got together, and they just like, Hader and the Watchdogs put up a great fight. Like, they all just put up an excellent fight, but they all died. However, Peeper survived. Peeper survived, and he's not crazy. He's just kind of depressed and alone, and he's just kind of like living in what the remnants of the downed skull ship. Yeah, the skull ship smashed into a small planet, and he's just been living there, like, just kind of living there like a homeless vagrant. And Wander sometimes like checks in on him, like he occasionally comes by and he gives him food and whatnot. And it's Peepers who's constantly like, you should just give up, man. There's no, all hope is dead in the universe. It's over. You lost. Like, evil won. I hate it, but evil won. And he's like, as long as there's good in the world, evil never wins. And Wander just goes on his way despite losing everything. He's like, yeah, it hurts, but like, what's the point of just giving up? Like, giving up is how you fail them. So among like all the villains who are out there, Wander comes by a homeless vagrant who, on some wayward world, getting drunk, just senselessly drunk, and it turns out that it's Dominator. She lost her. It turns out that Dominator, she helped Zed and the others kill all the heroes, but what happened was that they all turned on her. Like, they all went after her right after that. Like, they all, because they knew she was going to be a problem in the carving up the galaxy. So they instantly went, okay, Dominator, we got to knock her off the board first. So she got wrecked and barely survived, and has now just been kind of traveling from world to world, getting drunk just drink after drink after drink. So Wander encounters her, and she's like, get away from me, you little orange muppet, get away from me. And he's like, no, I just want to help you. So Wander invests a lot of time, like, and Dominator's the ultimate pessimist, and this is the ultimate optimist. So she's already accepted that the world's already fucked, and there's nothing we can do to save it. But Wander wants to believe there's more to that. And as the story like goes on, Dominator travels with Wander throughout the galaxy, helping people, even though she doesn't want to believe it. But however, word gets out, like someone who Wander helped snitches to some of the higher up villains, and Wander gets hunted down and captured. He gets Dominator away, even though she wants to fight to protect him, even though she doesn't have her armor anymore. But Wander saves her, gets her away, and Wander's captured by the villains. And they televise, and he's like, the last hero, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Zed basically televises, for one day we'll all be united again, and we'll televise across the galaxy that this is the last light of your galaxy, and we're going to extinguish it. And there's no one coming to save him. No one saves him. And even Dominator, who breaks into the prison that Wander's being held in, she even says, I can get help. Like, you help so many, people will rise up and fight for you. And he's like, no, they're just going to get killed. And maybe, like, as long as they're safe, just tell them to be kind. That's all you need to do, Dominator. And she goes, it's Kendra. That's my real name, Kendra. So, or excuse me, Dekendra. So yeah, Dekendra is Dominator's name in this continuity. So at the end of it, Dominator watches in the crowd as Wander's executed. Yeah, and Wander dies at the end of this story, and she's heartbroken by it. But at the same time, she sees, like, throughout as she carries on Wander's mission of good faith, and throughout the universe, she sees more and more people being better throughout the galaxy. So she's like, start. You started something, you little orange ragamuffin. You little orange freak. So that's the end of the story. Just ends on a sad but hopeful note. So there you go, guys. I'd like to thank Jonathan Bermudez for sending me this request, as well as the previous Bioshock Has-Been Hotel video. And you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of it? Like it, hate it, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the 4th tier, where you guys can not only send me requests to do here on YouTube, but also check out the exclusive content over on Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.